As I showed you in the video, all you need to know about windscreens or compact cameras and cell phones, it's practically impossible to remove all wind noise from a compact camera or cell phone. But it's possible. However, even if this windscreen could remove wind gusts stronger than 10 meters per second, you don't want to film in the streets with this setup, because it confuses people and might make them believe you're trying to hide your camera to spy on them, affecting their dignity. When one works in public spaces, it's important that people trust you, and that includes as much transparency as possible. Now, although we could remove most background noise with that website I shared, there are scenarios where we don't want to remove some sounds, like chirping birds, running water, or splashing waves, but without the wind gusts. For this reason, I've kept on looking for solutions based on an audio recorder that will allow me to cover the microphone in an effective manner. One of the cheapest in the market that has external microphones, the H1 Essential from Zoom, has a price of $100 and some features that should help us remove or reduce wind gusts. We can set 3 different levels of low frequencies: 80 Hz, 160 Hz and 240 Hz. The external microphones are easy to cover with a windscreen, and we can fix it to a mini tripod to avoid handling noises. In YouTube, there are some reviews with negative comments, but I believe they are a bit exaggerated. The microphones are directional, so the difference in volume delivered for the interviewing
Peter Pepper packed the pepper.
Can be quite different to that delivered for the interviewer.
Peter Pepper packed the pepper.
These microphones are not very sensitive, so you have to speak quite close. But if you get too close, popping noises will be a problem.
Peter Pepper packed the pepper.
This forces us to be at least 1 foot away.
Peter Pepper packed the pepper.
Or use a pop filter or windscreen.
Peter Pepper packed the pepper.
The foam windscreen sold as an accessory for this recorder is frankly ineffective both for interviews and in the field.
Peter Pepper packed the pepper. Peter Pepper packed the pepper.
But I want to see how it behaves in the field. Its ability to buffer or remove noise from wind gusts without removing other ambient sounds. The first thing I tested was the 3 levels for blocking low frequencies. 3.6. Regretfully, with this anemometer, it is very difficult to get its measurements to coincide with the sounds of gusts, probably due to the presence of wild gusts of wind. In any case, it seems it's not much different if we set it at 80 or 240 Hz. My second set of tests covered different kinds of windscreens, because without a windscreen it sounds like this. A fur windscreen sold for the H1. That same fur covered by another fur. The H1 fur covered by 2 furs. Sorry, I got distracted there. And my 2 furs on their own. Comparing these different setups subjected to wind gusts of similar speed, the best outcome was delivered by the H1 furry windscreen covered by one of my furs held on with elastics, and increasing the editing volume by 13 decibels. We can still hear a few gusts, very soft, but these either hide behind other sounds or we can edit them out. Finally, you must know that although this recorder is sold as a handheld instrument, you should not hold it in your hands, because any movement of your fingers over the plastic housing will make noise and it's noticeable. That's why we recommend fixing it to a mini tripod or monopod. In any case, a monopod is much better, because with mini tripods and flexible gorilla tripods, we tend to squeeze them or move our fingers while recording, and that also creates noises. Let's see how it works in the field. I've mounted the H1 Essential on a gorilla tripod hugging the camera tripod, but I could also just leave it on the ground. To buffer or remove noise from wind gusts without removing sounds, without removing other ambient sounds. But I want to see how it behaves in the field. Its ability to buffer or remove noise from wind gusts without removing other ambient sounds. Wind noise from wind gusts. But I want to see how it behaves in the field. Its ability to remove or buffer noise from wind gusts without removing ambient sounds. But I want to see how it behaves in the field. Its ability to remove or buffer noise from wind gusts without removing sounds that we're interested in. But I want to see, okay, I think this is the best I can do. If we increase the volume to 10 or 16 decibels, we can get a good recording of the voice and the ambient sounds. And if any gust of wind gets through, we can edit it out after, or it might not even go by noticed. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.